Cecile and Freund with Diligencia Talent Consulting, and today I'd like to speak about onboarding remote employees. Onboarding effectively is difficult in the best of times, but when the team is working remotely, the new hire is working remotely, it makes it that much more difficult. And as many organizations have decided to have their employees continue working from home for the next several months, I thought it was a timely opportunity to speak about effectively onboarding these remote employees. So effective onboarding helps in two specific ways. One, it helps to increase retention among new hires, which tends to be fairly low. And the second important piece is that it decreases their time to productivity so that you can get them up to speed and working quickly as fast as possible. So I want to share with you three specific strategies for effectively onboarding these remote new hires, and they follow the acronym BEE, like the insect, and you can remember it by thinking about how effective onboarding can keep your team buzzing. So this acronym B stands for bonding, expectations, and empathy. So let's go through the three strategies, starting with B for bonding. And this means that you as a hiring manager needs to make the effort to help the new hire bond with their colleagues. Now, this is hard to do at any time, but particularly when that new hire is remote, chances are they've never met their colleagues. They may not have met you, the hiring manager. They may never have been in the office. So it takes some extra creativity and some extra effort to help them to bond with their colleagues. Now, there are some things that you can do, and I know we're all sick of using Zoom, but it is a helpful tool to use when you cannot meet face-to-face. When you have team meetings or when you talk to this individual one-on-one, it's important to try to do web calls or use Zoom or something like it rather than just do phone calls. Being able to see one another's faces is helpful. You can more easily see if they're thriving or if they're stressed or if they're having difficulty. Now, when you have team meetings, try to use a tool like Zoom, and you can incorporate some simple team building activities to help this individual to bond. So for example, you can have each team member select a background that somehow represents them and very quickly describe it to everyone else on the team and explain why they picked it as a simple way to get to know one another better. When you can't have face-to-face pizza lunches, for example, instead you can send each member of the team a coupon for a local pizza shop, and you can all have lunch together eating pizza remotely and getting to know one another. You can have new hires do a collaborative project together so that all new hires around the organization can get to know one another. Even if they can't meet face-to-face, they can work on a fun project, they can work on a serious project together, but it allows new hires to get to know individuals outside of their new teams. And then my last recommendation for bonding, and this is true whether it's for a remote employee or a new hire within an office, it's creating a buddy program. What this allows the new hire to do is to have one individual that they can connect with whenever they have questions or issues, and they know that there's this one individual who's assigned to help them. Now, typically, this is a colleague at the same level on the same team, although it can also be a colleague on another team who they're going to be working closely with. And this buddy, again, is available to help them. So if they have questions from the mundane to the serious to the ridiculous, they know that they have one person that they can go to. And the new hire should be checking in with them at the beginning on a daily basis, and then it can reduce to a weekly basis. But again, it can help this new hire to have somebody to bond with so that they are becoming more loyal to the organization, know that the organization is looking out for them, and also get answers to the questions to help them get up to speed faster. So that's bonding. The second piece of our acronym is expectations. Now, for a new hire, it's really important to set expectations and goals with any new hire, again, whether they're in the office or they're working remotely. But it's particularly important with a remote employee to not only share these goals, but also to document them so the new hire is clear on what's expected of them. And then as the new hire, it's really important to check in regularly and see how that new hire is doing against those expectations and against the goals, because you don't have any visual cues. You can't pop your head into their office and see if they're struggling or if they're stressed or if they're thriving and doing well. So you're going to have to follow these documented expectations and see if they are performing against them. And if they're not, have a conversation about why and maybe adjust them. But having this documented information is really important when you cannot see how they are performing. And the third piece of our acronym is empathy. As a hiring manager, it's always important to be empathetic toward your employees, but it's particularly important for a remote employee who may never have met their colleagues on the team. They may never have met you. They may never have stepped foot into an office. So they may be feeling very isolated, very alone, having trouble acclimating to this new job. So it's really important that you take extra steps to be empathetic toward them and the situation that they are in. Show your support, ask how you can help, and your efforts to make them fit in can help them be more loyal to the organization and help increase their retention, and also help them to be more productive because you're reaching out when they have the need. So those are our 3 strategies for helping remote employees to acclimate and to onboard to your organization. As a review, there are 3 strategies: bonding, expectations, and empathy. And remember, this is the acronym B. If you employ these strategies, your team will be buzzing. So I hope you found these helpful. If you have any questions or you'd like to reach out, feel free at risas@optonline.net. Thank you, stay safe, and be well.